Hey guys, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining today. This is going to be a fun one. Luckily, I ate like right before this because I knew that if I was here talking about eating all of the yummy things that you can eat from the garden, I would get so hungry. And I was like, I better hurry up and eat something really quick. But welcome. Thank you all so much for joining. It's going to be super fun today. So, I have a lot of really fun ideas and ways that we've been eating our food and all that. And I hope that you guys will all come and share some of your yummy ideas that you all have from your garden harvest that you've been getting. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And Dale's going to be joining shortly. He's running behind from his previous engagement, but he is going to be joining us shortly as well. But figured I'd go ahead and kick us off and first of all, let you all know about the giveaway. We are going to be doing a giveaway today. For those of you who are live with us, we're going to be doing a free 1-year premium Seed to Spoon app subscription. So let me back up. I'm Carrie, in case you don't know. My husband Dale and I are the creators of Park Seeds app from Seed to Spoon. We started gardening back over 10 years ago now. Seems like yesterday, and turned our backyard here in Zone 7, Oklahoma, and over into completely filled with a bunch of food and flowers and herbs and everything you could possibly imagine. But as you can imagine, there was a lot to learn along that too. So we were like, oh man, I really wish that there was an app for that. So Dale was like, okay, let's just do it ourselves. So we ended up creating the app, hopefully that you all know and love. If you don't already have the Seed to Spoon app, make sure you download it, check it out. There's a QR code in the top corner right there. It helps walk you through growing over like 150 different fruits, vegetables, herbs, flowers, like everything you could possibly imagine. And if there's anything missing, always just let me know and I will get it added for you. Um, but it'll help you walk you through growing that. It has a visual garden layout so you can log your plants and your garden and keep track of everything. Super helpful. And also Growbot, which is my best friend out in the garden. So if I ever have like a plant or a pest or anything like that that I don't know what it is, I always just snap a picture, send it up to Growbot, and Growbot always tells me. It's amazing. Um, so we are going to be doing a giveaway for a free 1-year premium Seed to Spoon app subscription. So that comes with unlimited plants that you can log in your visual garden layout. It also is unlimited photos you can send up to Growbot for garden help or pest and plant identification. Also, you get free shipping on all of your orders through Park Seed. So it's amazing. So one of you here live with us today will be the lucky winner of that. But we also do a giveaway after the fact too. So if you're watching after the fact, be sure to comment in the comment section. And I announced that winner from the previous week now, actually. So last week, Dale and I were talking all about, oh man, I already forgot. Oh no. So Dale and I Dale tried to go out to the garden and do a garden tour and show you all like kind of how we like go through and use the app to keep track of our plants and everything. Yeah. So it was a fun day. And we have a winner from last week that I drew right before this. So congratulations to Katie Bowitt. Yeah, I'm not I'm not gonna attempt. Congratulations. Send me an email right here at info@seedtospoon.net and I will get you all hooked up with your free year of premium. So congratulations. And oh, it looks like Dale is joining in. Hi.
Hello. How's it going, everybody?
Good. I'm glad that you joined.
I made it. Excited. Excited to talk about how we can eat all the stuff out of the garden. So it's starting to be the really fun time of the garden. This is the time of the year in the garden where the kids start to show up in the garden.
Yep.
Where we're actually starting to harvest stuff and they're actually more excited to go out in the garden than we are a lot of days. So it's been really fun the past week. We've been harvesting so much stuff. I've actually got our Instagram pulled up. I was going to share my screen and show people what we've been doing.
Yeah, we've been harvesting so much. We've been going out there like every single day with the kids and just, yeah,
So we
it's been
harvested
fun.
some potatoes this week as well. Most of our potatoes like aren't really ready, and to be truth be told, these probably weren't either, but they were just so excited. So we went ahead and let them go ahead and harvest one. And we've had that coming out of the garden, and we've had zucchini coming out of the garden,
Radish,
beans, some
garlic.
radish coming out, garlic. So we're going to talk about how we've been cooking all of this stuff, how our kids have been cooking it. The zucchini, especially. Do you have a picture of the zucchini pizza bites on here somewhere?
It's on here. Yes, it is. Oh, go back up. Right above the picture of me, it says the moment my 9-year-old has been waiting for all
Gotcha.
summer.
Yeah. So we're going to
Yeah.
talk about how we took this zucchini, turned it into that, which he absolutely loves. He's so excited.
Yes. Every time we go and get a zucchini, that's the first thing.
So we thought it'd be a good time today to talk about just all the stuff that we're making from the garden and talk about our favorite ways to cook with it or we'll talk some preservation, but really it's about cooking right now. We talk about preservation more once we get closer to the fall. Right now, we're just excited to have fresh stuff. So we've
Exactly.
been eating
Yeah.
preserved stuff all spring of peppers and all that. I'm excited to have all the fresh stuff back now. Um, so yeah, today's going to be a fun one. So you ready to jump in?
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. And I don't think I mentioned too. So feel free, pop into the chat. Let us know like where you're from, where you're gardening from, what you're harvesting right now, any ideas that you all have too. But every time you guys do pop in there in the chat, you get entered in to win the giveaway. We'll do that at the very end. Okay, so let's talk harvesting first because this is something that I feel like everybody always asks is just how do I know if it's ready to pull or harvest or anything like that? So just a few of the plants I put on here are like the summer squash and the cucumbers and things like that. And really key for a lot of these things is before they get too large, you want to pull them. Um, you don't want to get like those zucchini baseball bats that are just huge monstrosities. They just don't have a great flavor, texture, all of that. Still can be used, of course. Like there's a use for everything. I always find a way. But I always try to harvest them whenever they are smaller. They have a lot more flavor, taste better too. And the same goes for okra and things like that too. So the larger it gets, the more like fibrous it's going to be. So you want to be harvesting them whenever they are pretty small on the plant. And then tomatoes as well too. I mean, it's a common debate on whether to let tomatoes turn completely red on the vine, if you should pull them whenever they start to blush. Um, really, it just kind of depends for us. Like, but technically, like whenever they do start to turn color, they're safe to harvest, and you can bring them indoors at any point after that. Um, yeah,
Yeah, and I think that's
and
the key on the tomatoes that I'll say is if you wait too late, then you're probably going to lose them to the birds or something else, but definitely the birds. Um, so that's one of the reasons why I recommend like the picture Carrie has here of the tomatoes. Like that's a perfect stage to pull them and bring them inside, and then put them. If you put them in a paper bag together, it'll actually make them ripen faster. But if you just put them on the counter, they'll ripen as well. I mean, technically, you can ripen them when they're just green, and a lot of the tomatoes that you get in the store are pulled when they're green like that and then ripened in a truck, basically. So, but that's why they don't taste as good from the store. That's why they taste better coming out of the garden, is because when they do get a chance to at least get to this point and then bring them in, they're gonna be better. Like you're gonna notice a difference. So, um, on the zucchini, also, it's really easy to break them when you're harvesting, and then if you I did this yesterday. I was trying to record a video of how not to do this, and then I did it right on the video. So I made the video of what not to do, and now today I got to harvest one and do it the right way. Then we'll have a before and after, and I can say I did it on purpose. I was not doing it on purpose. I was trying to harvest it the right way, and it broke right off, which meant, oh no, we just got to eat it right now. So that's all that means. So make
It's a
sure when
good
you're
problem to
harvesting,
have.
yeah, when you're harvesting these, like try and keep as much of the stem intact as you can if you want to preserve it. Um, yeah, same. And with beans, well, when we get into talking about beans, I'll say some stuff about beans. So stick around. It gives you a little something to stay for. Bean talk coming up.
Okay, so I do want to mention also, I don't know if I feel like every time I mention this in a live stream, everybody's always like, it shocks people that there are recipes in the app. And here, actually, I can actually pull it up really quick. So, and this is in the free version, so everybody has access to recipes in the app. All you do is go over here to growing guides, and you can go to like any plant. I'm going to go to my favorite one, if I can spell it right. That helps. And then there is a button right up here for recipes, or you can just scroll down. But it'll show you all of the different recipes here. And if you tap this read more, it just takes you to our website and gives you the recipe for it. So gives you some ideas of different things that you can do with it. So yeah, everybody has this. It's a free feature of the app, and yeah, it's exciting. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite ways to do it.
Hey Evan, is my mic volume better now? I switched to a different mic. Let me know in the chat. Thanks for the heads up there.
Okay. Okay. And so I saw that some people were already harvesting herbs, it sounds like right here. Yep. Kelly was saying that she's harvesting some radish and herbs. I saw some other people mentioning herbs too. And I think this is a good place to start because herbs are so universal and you can use it on like everything, literally everything. You're moving your mic closer to you.
I'm putting it right here. All right, I'm really close to the mic now.
Sure.
Oh no. No,
Now
stop.
Siri thinks that you're
Oh
talking
no.
to her.
Oh man. Now we just got dinged on the live stream because we played like a second of a song.
Uh,
I shouldn't move. Okay. Herbs. So herbs are one of my favorite things to cook with. And honestly, if you like to cook, like this is the one of the top reasons to have a garden, in my opinion. Um, before, like when we first started growing food, we committed ourselves to like once we started getting all this squash coming out, and we thought it was gonna be squash forever and it'd be never ending squash. We're like, okay, well, let's just live off of stuff out of our garden as long as we can. And we made it a month or two, I think, of eating pretty much nothing but stuff out of our garden, and then obviously some meat that we supplemented with it too. But um, it got boring after like 3 or 4 days of eating the squash, and then it was exciting the first day, and the second day I was like, oh, this is still exciting, and the third day I was like, all right, now what we're gonna do, and that's where herbs came in, because you can take that same skillet of squash, which we'll talk all about how we make squash in a little bit, but pretty much all the things we make, it's really simple. You just put some olive oil in a skillet, heat it up, throw this in there, cook it for a few minutes, and turns into goodness. And it's already goodness, turns into more goodness. And if you add herbs, then that really changes the flavor. So you can have your squash dish that tastes like a lemon basil flavor one day, and then the next day you can add in oregano or maybe a spicy oregano. You can completely change the flavor of how all this stuff tastes. And I think
or
that
a
is what,
cinnamon basil.
yeah, of course.
Make
So this
it
is
slightly
really like
sweet.
one of the keys to making it sustainable, to not get bored with eating a lot of stuff out of the garden and just make stuff taste better. I mean, all the health benefits of herbs. Um, and it's fun. There's so many different varieties of all the different herbs out there, and whether it's basil or oregano or thyme or whatever it is, like we're gonna have a lot of different versions of them, and we're gonna switch around which ones we're using. and I just can't recommend them enough. So we did a whole live stream all about herbs a month or two ago at this point. If you don't know this already, you can see all of our previous live streams on our YouTube channel. They go up there. They also go to Facebook, but they're harder to find on Facebook. If you go to the YouTube
Well,
channel, there's a
they
playlist ready.
disappear after 30 days on Facebook too. So
Gotcha. Go to YouTube. They're all there. Years of them. We've been doing this for
yeah,
10 years. I don't know. A long time we've been doing
a
this. So
long time.
we've been talking about herbs for a long time. So you can search for herbs on our YouTube. You'll see so much stuff. You'll see us talking with a cowboy named Bill Ferris about herbs at one point. He was an expert on it. It was really good, like knows everything about it. So we have a lot of content on herbs. I highly recommend checking that stuff out. But um, yeah. So everything we're going to talk about moving forward, just understand we got some herbs in play somewhere with what we're making, whether it's garlic or onion. And we're probably starting off with that. Is that our first slide? Is onions and garlic?
That is next. Yes.
Okay, so let's go into that because that kind of is the foundation of everything we cook with. Aside from herbs, um, onions and garlic go into pretty much everything that we make. So now we're just starting to be able to harvest this out of the garden. The garlic is pretty much all ready at this point. The onions are still growing; they're still doing okay. So we're gonna let them keep going. Um, I may grab a couple like here and there just to have a fresh onion, and not have to go to the store and get onions. Um, but in pretty much everything that we make, it starts with a base layer of olive oil and chopped onions and garlic, and then we saute that 5 10 minutes, and then start adding in whether it's meat or vegetables or whatever it is. It just makes everything taste better. So um and then we are coming off of, so the picture on the right is what we've been eating on since last fall. We've had so many preserved pickles and peppers and onions, and it's been awesome, but I'm also excited to have fresh stuff again. So um, just can't recommend enough. Like, just add in onion and garlic to whatever you're making. It makes everything taste better. Just take the extra time if you have it. We don't always have it because we have 6 kids and a busy
Is
life.
that
So
a pun?
sometimes
Extra time? Throw in some extra time?
you were looking for not. See, this is what happens when we do a live stream that is anything to do with time. She is just looking for an opportunity to do a time pun. She cannot help herself. She
I
loves them
can't.
so much. And now what we learned this past week is that our son loves them just as much as she does. And when you get them going in a room together on the time puns, it's 30 minutes nonstop of them going back and forth on it. Um, it's cute too, though. So, all right.
Great Martin was asking for some tips for time. Speaking of
Wow.
time, um, I will say, like, thyme is one of the easiest herbs that we use in the kitchen because it quite literally goes with everything, and we use it kind of just like with salt and pepper, essentially. I mean, it's already really small leaves, so we don't have to like chop it or do anything like that. We just go cut a stem, and I just get all the leaves off and just pop it in. So
Yeah, and as far as like growing time, I'll say is just don't let it stay wet too long. That's the one thing that will kill it. Just water it like once a week once it's established tops, and have it in a container. We have ours in a hanging smart pot off the side of one of our raised beds. Well, that's one of our thyme plants. We have a lot of different thyme plants, but
I do. You know,
um,
I love thyme. So
another question I saw from Sandy that I missed earlier. So plants you can plant in the garden that'll come back every year in zone 7. So here's my list of what I would do.
thyme.
Um, Thyme, oregano, rosemary, maybe depending on the variety. The art variety is the one that we've had success with in our zone, which we're 7A as well. We're 7A, so we're similar zone to you. Basil will come back, but it'll reseed. So this, basil will grow until it gets cold, then it dies, seeds go down, then you got basil coming back forever, essentially as a weed. Those are the main ones. I said it. So I said oregano, rosemary, thyme, sage also was pretty hardy and will come back year after year. Um, those are the main ones. Parsley is biennial, so it will stick around for 2 years, but again, it'll kind of go to seed and come back on its own. Cilantro is a self-seeding as well. So if you just throw out cilantro seeds in an area and leave it alone, you will have cilantro there forever, unless the weeds come in and start fighting. Yeah, that's a pretty good list, I think, of the stuff you could start just throw out and start growing with.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, so summer squash. I'll let you take this one, Carrie, because this is your
I know.
favorite.
I had to put this one first of like the real food ideas because, oh man, I just get really excited
We
for
went so
anything.
wild. Like when we first started
Yes.
growing and we had squash coming every day. Carrie and I, like one of the things we've related on since the beginning of our relationship is we both like to go on these little like obsessive quests. And this is like best emphasized like on one of our early dates together is we decided to go to the grocery store and get like one of every apple and like rate them all on a variety of factors. And like we just do these
That's
silly
right. I
things.
remember doing that.
So Carrie did this with summer squash when we first started getting out, and she found like every recipe on the internet that she could find,
Yeah.
and for like every single day she tried a different one. And what came out of it are all these recipes you see on screen. And
Plus
sorry, I just
more coming up soon.
yeah,
So
yeah. All
there's
right, so
more
take it away,
coming.
Carrie.
So,
Tell us all about what to do with all these squash we got.
and yes, these are all tried and true recipes. I have made them in my own kitchen. I love them. The zucchini pizza bites, like I said, are always a hit, especially with the kids. They're so easy to make. Like it is the simplest thing in the world. My 9-year-old can do it all himself too. Um, I mean, he's learning with a knife, but I will still like chop the zucchini, but for most of the part, and then let him just take it from there. Um, but it literally is just cutting it into rounds and then putting a little bit of pizza sauce, some cheese, and then whatever topping you want to do on top. And then we have an air fryer and we just pop it in the air fryer. Before we had an air fryer, we made these in the oven. Now, of course, that took me, but he can use the air fryer and he takes it all and does it all himself. Like it's so easy, so good. We even like top these with basil sometimes too, if we have some fresh basil around, and they're amazing. Um, and then of course, like there's just the simple sauteed squash. Like Dale said, if you just toss in some herbs with it too, gives it a really good flavor. I am partial to like the Thai basil. I absolutely love like that like cinnamony flavor. So good. Um, zucchini pasta is another one of my personal favorites. I'm going to say that about all of them. These are all my favorites. I'm going to say that now. I love zucchini pasta though. It is very, very good. I have a spiralizer attachment for my KitchenAid, so it makes it easy. But I know there's a lot of little tiny things that you can buy from Amazon that like make it really easy to spiralize zucchini. But it is so fun. I love it because I get all these zucchini noodles and then I just sauteed them together, like in some olive oil, then just pop in like and make a little pasta dish. And I pop in some meatballs. Yeah. Oh man. I'm glad that I ate right before this, but I still want
I
to
know.
eat all of these. Oh man. This is really exciting. I'm so excited for more zucchini coming up. And then, of course, the Parmesan crusted zucchini fries are so good too. I love these. The kids are always asking for these too. We haven't had them yet this year, and they're oh man! I cut the zucchini into like little spheres and roll them in like some egg, and then Parmesan, and then either I mean you can fry them, but again I have an air fryer. I pop them in the air fryer, and then the kids will like dip them in ketchup or ranch, and yes, so good. But I will
Okay, I want
say,
those. We got to make those today. Yeah, I'm
okay,
sold.
we have
I'm
we have two of them up there, so I have
okay.
two zucchini ready to go.
All right.
Yeah, they're it's so good. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. But all of these recipes too are in the app, the Seed to Spoon app. So if you don't already have it, go to Summer Squash Zucchini and find these recipes because they are so good.
And if you don't follow us on Instagram already, check us out there because you'll see a lot of this stuff going out. This is a lot of the stuff we put out is just videos from our garden and from our kitchen, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we make. Garden and kitchen.
And then of course I had to do a slide too
Oh,
where it's not so obvious of zucchini because people do ask me all the time too. They say, "Well, so I have picky eaters or I have like my husband won't touch it or my kids won't touch it. Like, what do I do? These are great ideas here for disguising your zucchini as well. And seriously, tastes incredible. This zucchini grilled cheese, it's so good. So good. So I shred the zucchini and you just mix that up with like a little bit of flour. And then you kind of like, you make it like a zucchini hash brown. um, but like, so you're making like essentially like zucchini bread and then like frying it and then putting some cheese in the middle. It's amazing. But the zucchini hash browns is literally just a potato and a zucchini shredded together. And I put a little bit of like egg to help it stick together and then some flour as well too. But um, so good. And then, of course, the not so super healthy things over here too. But hey, it has zucchini in it, so I'm always like willing to make these. Whenever the kids are wanting brownies, they know how to get me to do it. They're like, "Hey, can we make some zucchini brownies?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." But it's so easy to make too. Like you really just you shred the zucchini up again and you can put it into brownies, cookies, bread, all sorts of things too. You can hardly tell it's there. I know you see like little tiny flecks of green. You honestly can't taste any zucchini flavor at all. So any like any eaters that are picky, they will be fine. And then oh, so I talked earlier about those zucchini baseball bats, you know, like those really huge ones. Because zucchini, I feel like, is notorious. You'll go out to the garden, you'll be like, oh, that zucchini, it looks perfect. And I will come back and harvest it tomorrow. And you come back tomorrow and it's like this big. And you're like, what am I going to do with it? So, a really good use of it that I found is doing what's called milking it. So, it's almost like blending it up. So, you just essentially shred it up and put it into a blender and it makes like what's called zucchini milk, and you put that into like you can put it into any recipe that calls for milk. So I have a recipe for sandwich bread that I literally just substituted the milk for zucchini milk, so it was zucchini sandwich bread, but you couldn't tell any difference at all. Like, and there's just so many unique and amazing things you can do with zucchini. Like, yeah, now you guys know why I love growing zucchini so much, because I just want to eat all of this. Like,
See, I
yeah.
wasn't kidding when I said she went wild with zucchini for a week. This was all like in a week that she discovered all these recipes and made them all.
Yes. Yeah. The kids loved it. Oh my gosh. We were making something new like every single day. And yeah, they had so much fun. Oh, carrot fries. Carol Connor says
Ooh.
zucchini fries and carrot fries. Ooh, that sounds really good too. Mm, I like it. Yeah. I think that might be all the zucchini. Yes. So now we have other squash ideas.
So this
Oh,
is my favorite form of squash to eat, actually, in the middle. Uh, that
yeah,
form of
so
is that a
good.
butternut?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the winter squashes in general, though, um, I prefer that taste over the summer squashes. And basically with the butternut, it's really simple. You just cut it up into chunks and again saute it for a bit, and that's all you really have to do. The far left is spaghetti squash. It's a really cool and interesting one. So you cook it in the oven like 30 minutes ish, right, Carrie? 30 to 45 minutes. And then
So
um
the last time we did it, we actually chopped it in half and put it in the air fryer, and it made it so fast and easy.
really did do the
Yeah.
same effect where it split like that, just like and all that. Yeah. Just like the
Yeah. So,
spaghetti.
well, we cut it in half and we put it in. We just drizzled some olive oil on top of it, and then we put it in the air fryer. I'll have to look back. I have a recipe for it. But I think it was like 20 minutes or so that we put it in the air fryer. It made it a lot quicker too. And then
Mhm.
popped it out and just literally just shred it.
And then the picture on the far right is actually a really underrated thing about winter squash is the seeds are incredibly healthy for you. And if you, it's just like pumpkin seeds essentially. I mean, pumpkin seeds are winter squash, so it's the same thing. And I would not eat them raw necessarily. That's not going to taste great, but if you bake them for a while, then it makes them taste better. So it's another like good snack you can make as well.
Yeah. I mean, really just pop like some salt and pepper on top of it. It's so good. Yeah. I love it. And that's quite I mean, you'll see a fork in the picture over there of the spaghetti squash. That's literally my favorite way to just eat spaghetti squash is literally just shred it, put a little bit of salt and pepper on top and just eat it because it is so good. It tastes amazing. But I know there's people that use that again as a replacement for noodles for spaghetti. But yeah, it's very, very good. Oh, here, look, spaghetti squash makes a good casserole too. Nice.
I see that.
Oh, yes. Acorn squash is awesome with brown sugar butter.
Yeah. So
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, same as butternut squash. It's just they both have like a like really rich flavor that's so good with like and cinnamon too. Again, like with the cinnamon basil, if you have cinnamon basil out there, add some of that into it too. It'd be so good. Ah, it's beans.
all right, I promised a bean tip earlier, so here it is. Um, one of the biggest mistakes people make with beans that I make all the time is when you're harvesting, it's really easy when you're pulling a bean off to break off the whole plant. So you got to make sure that you hold on to the stem of the plant or the base of the plant as you're pulling the bean off. Um, so that's one of the biggest things when it comes to beans is making sure you're not breaking the plant when you're harvesting. But after that, it gets pretty easy. They're really easy to cook with. It's very fast as well. So if it's not a situation where you don't have a lot of time to cook, we know that beans are something we can do really quick. Um, we're just basically taking them off the vine, washing them, and then I'm going to soak them in ice cold water. Um, it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to slow down the breakdown process and it's going to make them last longer in the fridge, and it's also going to make them taste better as well. It seems to have a bit of like a sweetening up and like a crisping effect on them as well. So that's generally what I'm going to do with beans when I pull them out is do that first, even before I put them like, and then I'll put them in the fridge or cook with them or do whatever I'm going to do with them. Um, we have a ton of different types of beans out in the garden. We have bush beans that are putting out a bunch of beans at a time, where we'll go harvest a whole basket off of one plant essentially. And then we also have pole beans, which are continuously putting out beans. So um, pretty much with all the beans, I'm cooking them the same way though, where it's just cutting them up into little chunks and then sauteing them in olive oil and onion and garlic, and again for like 5 or 10 minutes, depending on how I want them to be, whether I want them to be crisp or what they're going into. Sometimes I like to cook them down a little bit more, and then um, something else I'll call out with beans that was kind of like mind blowing for me when I first started gardening was that dried beans are just the inside of green beans. So if you let green beans go long enough, then inside of them the beans will form, and then if you break the shell open and empty the beans out, they turn into the dried beans that you buy from the store. So blew my mind when I first realized that. But um
I
so
know it was like one of those, I can't believe I didn't even think about that.
yeah, I thought there were different plants. I don't know. I didn't know what I thought. I didn't
I don't
realize it.
know. I
Yeah.
just didn't think about it, I guess. Yeah.
So with beans, if you wait too long to harvest them, then it's okay. Let them just go all the way, and then you can take the beans out, and then you have dry beans, and you can make them the way that you make dry beans normally. And if you don't normally make dry beans, I recommend doing it with an Instant Pot. It makes it so much easier. We've got recipes and guides on how we use an Instant Pot for that, but um, makes it so much faster because if you don't use it, it can take a long time to cook beans. So the dried beans, at least.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. And also, I mean, it's also just seeds for next year too. So yeah, make sure you're saving those. We weren't the only ones that didn't know.
I feel like that needs to be like an elementary school thing they teach. When I'm in
I
kindergarten,
know,
like,
right?
hey, this green thing turns into this thing, and then you
Maybe I
put it
missed
down.
that day. Maybe I
Yeah,
missed that day. I don't know.
me too. Me too.
Maybe we all did. Peppers. This is probably one of your favorite things too.
This is my favorite thing to grow for a couple reasons. Number one, they're easy to grow. once you get past the early season with cold messing with them, like once we're in this part of the season, like I know the peppers that have made it this far are going to make it, and we're going to get a lot of peppers off them. And you get so many peppers off of every plant, and that's a really big benefit of peppers is just the volume of fruit that you get off of every plant. We're going to make them in a variety of ways. Oftentimes, I'm just going to take them fresh and dice them up, and then again saute them. I'll throw them in with the olive oil and garlic mixture I mentioned earlier. Um, we'll also preserve them a lot more at the end of the season. We won't get into too much of that now, but we have a lot of content that talked about that last fall. So if you want to know about preservation, go check that out. But we will do a lot of that with them. We end up getting, we will dry them. We will, we've smoked them on the grill before. There's a lot. Like we use peppers in pretty much everything that I eat. At least, I mean, even if I'm making something for like the whole family, I'll make it without peppers and then have peppers off on the side that I'm making for mine, so I can dish that into my plate. Just makes everything taste better. There's a ton of health benefits for peppers as well. So can't recommend enough. And there's a lot of different varieties of peppers out there as well. I'll mention that because especially if you don't like hot things, then there's mild jalapenos that aren't hot at all. There's sweet peppers, there's banana peppers, there's bell peppers. There's a lot of different types of peppers out there. So they don't have to be hot, but they're all beneficial and definitely recommend them. I know Carrie, one of Carrie's favorite things are the jalapeno poppers over on the right, where it's
So
peppers
good.
and cream cheese wrapped in bacon, and they are very
Hmm.
good. I can
Ugh.
test that.
I could literally just sit there and just eat these, like, eat way too many of them, but they are so good.
Well, we used to get these at a restaurant in Oklahoma City that isn't there anymore, but
Yes.
we would go there and it was an appetizer, and we would just order that as our meal, and that would
Yeah.
just be what you got. Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So good. It's, I really do want to eat that right now. I could totally go for that right now. Mm. And then, I mean, pickled peppers are so easy to make, and that's something that Dale like adds to everything. I feel like, right? Like everything he will add the pickled peppers to. And he actually just pulled the last jar of our pickled peppers from last season from the pantry last night. So I'm gonna have to make some more. So, but it is very easy to do. All I do is, and again, I have recipes and videos and all of that for it. But in a nutshell, it's very easy. It's just a half strength. So it's vinegar and then water mixed together with a little bit of salt and garlic. And yeah, forgive me if I get a few. Yeah, I don't remember all of the exact things, but essentially that's it. And I just water bathed them to can them, so made it really easy. And then of course I do see Tara mentioned too. I just bought my first dehydrator. Yay! Very excited for you. And all you need to do with that, I mean, it's so easy to dehydrate peppers too, and then you can make your own like crushed red peppers that you can put on again essentially everything you want to. Pizza, even like pizza, any sort of recipe, it's perfect to add to. So I will say, word of the warning with your dehydrator, and if you're going to dehydrate peppers, do it in like a garage or an area
Mhm.
that is like filtered air.
Yeah.
Because we did it and it was like it made us cough. Like we did it inside and we're like, oh my gosh, we need to take this outside because we started like breathing in the what I always forget what it's called. The whatever that makes peppers. Yes,
Capsaicin? I'm
that
close.
word.
I'm close. I wouldn't be able to win a spelling bee with it though, I don't think. Capsaicin? I don't know. Somebody's gonna know in the
Yeah.
chat. Somebody's yelling at me right now
Yes.
saying it's this.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, definitely do it somewhere where it's like in the garage or anything like that. Like, cause it's definitely, whew, it'll get to you. It made us cough and we had to move it. So
I remember it made our baby cough. We felt bad.
I know.
I don't
Yeah.
remember who it
You just,
was. We've had a lot of babies come through this house, but one of the babies we made cough.
this was a long time ago. So
It was. It was a
it
different
was one of the
house.
older ones.
Yeah.
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 I remember that. And then we took it immediately out to the garage. We're like, oh man, we opened up all the windows and doors and we're like, oh man, air it out. Okay. And cucumbers. I saw somebody had mentioned cucumbers at the very beginning, saying that they were harvesting a whole bunch of cucumbers. And we are right there with you. We are pulling like handfuls of cucumbers every single day right now, and we are overflowing with cucumbers.
We need
So,
cucumber recipes from y'all. This is the point of the live stream where we
yes.
ask you for tips because we are decent at cucumbers. We have work to do to get better at it because really all we do right now is we either make pickles or we cut them up and eat them raw, or we freeze them and put them in water. So looking for more cucumber
Yeah.
recipes.
Which is a really cool like ice cube replacement in the
Mm-hmm.
summer. I love that. And also like our kids do like doing that because they add them into their smoothies whenever they get the frozen cucumbers and they pop those into the smoothies.
Yeah, that's the biggest cucumber tip we've got basically is dice them up and freeze them and then use those as ice cubes in the summer.
Yeah. Well, and then also, I mean, we make pickles too from them. And again, it's very easy to do. It's just like the peppers. Like really, I just go through and make that same mixture of liquid whenever I'm making both of them. So it's really just like a half vinegar, half water, and then I add in like a little bit of dill and some garlic too. And then yeah, that's it. And
One thing
I
I'll
will
tell you,
say,
you're both gonna say something. You go first.
I was gonna say, I am not a fan of pickles. I do not like pickles at all from the store or out like anywhere. But these pickles are actually like tolerable. Like I could actually eat them, which is amazing for me. So they are a different taste. So if you're like me at all and don't like store-bought pickles, still give this a try because it's actually better. And I enjoyed these ones actually. So and I
That's a
love the
lot
taste
coming
of
from her.
cucumber. So
Y'all, I'm
yes,
telling y'all, she's hated pickles for a long time.
yes,
And it's only because
seriously.
we made them ourselves that she even agreed to try one again.
Hmm.
So I'm proud of you. You've come a long way in your pickle
Thank
journey.
you.
Still have a long way to go with mustard, though. She still won't go near mustard.
Nope, no. So Shelly says cucumbers are delicious, sliced with salt, lime, and I don't even know what is this? Tajin? You're gonna have to tell me.
Another thing, so one thing about cucumbers that I learned this year, um, English cucumbers, I think I much prefer over the standard cucumbers we've grown in the past. We grew them for the first time this year, and we ate one raw yesterday, and I definitely there was a big difference in like the seeds for one, like this didn't seem to be as much of an issue as the other ones, and it just wasn't as bitter. It just seemed better to eat raw. So from a pickling perspective, I don't know yet because we haven't done that, but from an eating raw perspective, I do think I prefer the English cucumbers.
I am. Let's see. Sorry. Um, I need to I actually just looked because I was like, oh, surely it is, but I actually don't see it in there. I have made several videos about it though, so it should be on our YouTube if you search there, but I'll get it added into the app though for you. So this is interesting. Kelly says I have dehydrated cucumbers before and they're
Interesting.
tasty.
We will try
Yeah.
that. Cool. Thanks, Kelly.
Wow. Yeah. I'd be interested to like how does that taste? I feel like I don't know. That's very interesting. Hmm. Okay. And then, of course, like just a mishmash of foods here because there are so many meals that we make that is quite literally like just everything from our garden too. Um, all the way from all the different potatoes to the root crops to the herbs to like everything. Um, Pretty much we make stir fry quite often, and whenever we do it, we just quite literally pull up all of our like everything we have in the garden pretty much. So, including we actually this last week did radish in it too. And so because I took a bite of radish, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not because I've never really been a fan of radish, but we actually found a way for us to eat it. So I was excited about that. And then oh, one of the my favorites that I want to call out is this roasted sweet potato carrots. Or it can just be roasted potato carrots too, because I've made it both ways. And oh, it's amazing. Um, yeah, I absolutely love it. We just take the potatoes and carrots and saute them in some butter, and then we put that into the oven for a little bit and roast it. And then I'll top it with a little bit of like cinnamon basil. It is amazing. Oh my gosh, so good. So good. And then, I mean, I just threw a bunch of different options of different things that you can do. But I mean, really, like the sky is the limit. There are so many different things that you can make with food or combining things like that and all that.
Question from Loris about the non-spicy jalapenos. Do you remember the specific variety name of our non-spicy jalapenos here?
Jalapeno M, I think is
Yeah.
what it was called. I'm looking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one I was thinking of at least. The jalapeno M from Park Seed is the one that we have.
I'm gonna put a link in chat here. Okay, I just put a link in chat to the variety of jalapeno that we've grown here that's mild.
Yeah. I do really like that one too cuz I mean I actually can take a little bit of spice now. I've built up my tolerance. Before like I could never eat any sort of spice, but I've gradually worked my way up, but I still love these jalapenos the best though because they taste amazing. And then of course
I thought there
all
was
of the
another
things
one,
you
but I
can do
couldn't
with
find it.
drinks.
I was looking for another variety. I just can't escape my mind. There's a specific name, Trick to You, maybe, or something like that. It's like some sort of clever name like that.
Um
Okay, we'll come back to it. So drinks.
yeah. So Dale already mentioned too one of the things we like to do for ice cubes for cucumbers too, but um, there's so many different ways to make some yummy drinks too. From especially like after you've been working out in the garden, these are amazing. I love doing this. So we make this water whenever we're like going to be out in the garden all day, and we go in and we put in just a bunch of mint and toss in some of like the cucumbers from the freezer too, just some ice and water. It is so refreshing and it tastes so good. Um, it's just yeah, it's perfect when you've been working out in the garden. And then the middle drink too, if you guys are growing any sort of citrus or anything like that, if you just if you have like a little bit of carbonated water, like we have like a soda stream that you can carbonate the water and then add just like fruit to it. It is so good and you can make like your own Sprite with just using fruit. It's amazing. Tastes so good. And then if you have a juicer and you juice some of these things like carrots, even the cucumbers, or like even greens or anything. I mean, there's so many different combinations of things that you can juice together too to make drinks. I love making all of those too. So many different options. Again, I know like the sky's the limit of what you can do with your harvest.
Yeah, drinks are one of my favorite things out of the garden too, especially for mint. um, mint and cucumber. Like when it gets to be really hot in the summer here, and if we're gonna go out on the lake or something for like, I definitely want to have one of those with this. Like it just makes everything cool down. The mint and the cucumber really help out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just very refreshing. Okay. Well, that was what we had. Is there anything that we didn't cover? I think we covered most everything. I hope we did. But if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free, pop them into the chat for us too. And we're going to be doing a giveaway now too. We're going to be doing a free 1 year premium Seed to Spoon app subscription. So you can log all of your plants from your garden into the visual garden layout and get unlimited questions that you can ask Growbot, send Growbot pictures, and yeah, get free shipping too on all of your orders through Park Seed, which is huge. Okay. So congratulations to Kelly7973. Congratulations. Send me an
Congratulations, Kelly.
email at info@seedtospoon.net and we will get you all hooked up. Congratulations. Yeah. And this is a super fun, even though I already ate, like I'm not hungry right now, but I still want to eat everything that we were just talking about. So I'm very, very excited to go cook in the kitchen now. And so we will be back here chatting and hanging out with you guys next week too. We do this every week, and just hang out and chat something gardening and hang out. So yeah,
If there's something you want us to talk about in one of these live streams, let us know. If you're trying to think of something that you could leave as a comment to get entered to win for next week, that's a good suggestion. Just let us know like what you want us to talk about in a future live stream in a comment, and that'll get you entered. So we
yeah,
listen to you guys. We use that to drive what we talk about every week. And as always, just really appreciate all of you being here and joining us every week.
yep. And two, like if you guys wanted to win, like make sure you guys come back into the comments and leave a comment after the fact, and you'll be entered in to win again. So you might win next week. So fingers crossed for you. Okay. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.